hey everybody, welcome back. Okay, so what do I have for you this weekend? I think this is going to be kind of fun. I'm going to be taking you to two different mill sites. One is the smaller of the two. We're going to start off with that one first. Now, when I was looking at it on Google Earth, I can tell that there is either a vertical shaft right next to it, or it could potentially be an incline, and hiding in the shadow is some kind of a grate or bat bars. I'm not sure, I can't quite make it out, but we'll get a closer look at it when we get there. And then after that, I'm going to take you guys over to a much larger mill site with much larger waste rock piles, and according to the report, that mine had roughly 4,000 feet of underground workings. Now, it's located close to somewhat of a main road. There is a small residential area nearby, so, you know, whenever I encounter that, 9 times out of 10, it's covered in bat bars. But, you know, hey, we'll go take a close look at it and see what we can find. Oh, look at what we have. Hold on. We got one second, guys. We got a rattlesnake crossing the road right out there. I'll just use my cell phone. 1 second. Let's get some cell phone footage. There's a big boy. Look at you. Oh, you're good sized. Yeah. You're a big boy. You're a big boy. Yeah, look at you. Let me zoom in on you a little bit. You're the first one. First one of the summer. Oh, don't worry, I'm not going to get any closer to you. Yeah, I got my drone up in the air right now. That's what you guys are listening to. Big old rattlesnake while the drone's up in the air flying around. All right, go find a bushy bush there, buddy. Pretty cool. He's over there in that bush. Yeah, he's all coiled up. He's doing that whole, you know, where he kind of draws back and he's like, all right, don't get too close to me. Always remember, a rattlesnake can strike a little over 2/3 the length of their entire body. So when they get coiled back and they're pulling back like that, remember that, you know, keep your distance. I wonder if we get the drone up in the air, if he'll stay there long enough to where I can get a good drone shot of him. That would be cool. So let's do that. We're in that area right now. Let me get the drone up in the air. We'll see if we can get a closer look at that rattlesnake, and then we'll start flying around and take a look at this smaller mill site. Okay, guys. First things first. Let's go see if our rattlesnake is still over here. Now, if you look down here on the ground, see his trail crossing the fine dust right there. I'll just kind of follow where he went. You can clearly see it right there. That's where he was crossing the road. Now let's see if he's still over here sitting in these weeds. He may have already went up into the grass, or went up into this bush. I think I see him. I think he's right there. Center screen. I think. Is that him? No, that's a rock. Let's keep looking here a little bit more. Now, you guys watching this at home, you're able to see the image a lot better than me. There he is. There he is. Now, if I get a little bit too close, he'll probably coil. So this has got to be the first YouTube rattlesnake via drone footage right here. I would, wouldn't you guys agree with me that this is probably the best way to view a rattlesnake? Right here. That's right. Sitting from the comfort of your Jeep many feet away. You know, he doesn't seem too bothered by the sound of the drone, but that's as close as I can get right there without going into the branches. Okay, well, at least we got to see him before he went off into the bush. That's pretty darn cool. All right, let's see what we have around here. So that mill site has got to be around here somewhere. Let's start off this direction. Now all this waste rock, this came from a what I thought was a vertical shaft, but I'm not 100% on that. So we're going to kind of go off this direction, look this place over real good, see if we can see if it's been bulldozed shut or just what exactly is going on here. The reason I'm going off this direction is I want to put the sun at our backs. There we go. Well, I ain't seeing no shaft over here. We got a bunch of piled wood. Oh, no, that's a pallet. So where's the shaft? That's just a pile of wood. Okay, let's keep looking over here. All this waste rock had to come from somewhere, right? Nothing there, nothing there. Huh. Where's it all coming from? Let's keep going this way. Yeah, that's the part about exploring mines in October, is the rattlesnakes are still out, and that one was a full grown. That's how big they get down here. Well, they might get a little bit bigger, but that's a common one. Where is this shaft hiding? Let's look over here. No? Okay. I'll be darned. Well, over here I think is the mill. So let's head off that direction. Yeah, what's down here? Looks like there. This was maybe where the old powder mag used to be. The dynamite storage. I bet that's what this was right here. Let's get a close look at it. Yep. That's what that is. People have marked it up over the years. Powder storage. Okay, let's keep looking around. See what else we can see here. Now, I remember seeing the mill when I was looking at this area on Google Earth. So I think the only way that we're going to be able to find it is we're going to have to gain some altitude here. Let's get to the top of this hill. See, look at how long it would have taken me. I could have drove over there. Now let's flip around and see and look at this place from this angle. Oh yeah, look down here. See? Off to the left I can see tailings. So I know we're getting closer to the mill. And there's old Bob down in the bottom down there. All that waste rock had to come from somewhere, but wherever it did, it looks like they bulldozed it shut. But I'll still walk around there just to make sure. Okay, let's look back over this direction. I can see tails. And indeed, I can see the mill right here. There we go. There's our old mill. Very nice. Oh, I'm getting a low battery alert, guys. So I'm going to fly back to Bob real quick, change out the battery, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, back again. So a moment ago we were down here. The big bush in the center screen is where the rattlesnake was. Right down there. I moved Bob because I wanted to get a better line of sight for the drone. Now as I keep looking around here, I cannot find where the shaft would have been. Now there is some foliage and a divot right here. Let's get a better look at this real quick since I have the drone right here. I think they filled it in after operations. I think that shaft was somewhere right around here. And when they got all done, they filled it in. Yep. They had all of this wood here for shims and various things for their operation, and then they just piled it up. And over here I saw a claim post. This is a mineral location marker, which was right here. Now I haven't looked at it to see if it's active. That was back in the days, you know, when they just loved using PVC pipe for mineral location and a tin can to hold the papers. Alright, let's get back to where we were. Let me show you where I'm at now. So I figured out a way to get up over here on this hill. Right there. Okay, now let's head back over to our mill site, which was right over here. We'll get a much better look at that. There we go. Alright, let's start down at the bottom. We'll get a good look at this. And then we'll see if we can find the shaft for this mill. And there it is. So, typical multi-tiered stair-stepped mill site. We've seen so many of them in the past. This one is, you know, not very big. Probably it's processing somewhere under 100 ton, maybe 50 ton a day. And then as the water would flow down, you can see off in the distance there is the fine tails that would have came off of this mill. That pile was probably much bigger at one time, but with all of the rainstorms, thunderstorms, etc., it slowly gets smaller and smaller as it erodes. Now, let's work our way up here and see what we can see. You can see all the various pylons with the studs sticking up right there. This is where all the equipment would have been bolted onto those pylons. And the reason that they put the studs up, you see that pipe right there? Let me look down at it. See how the stud is coming up through a pipe? That's so that it has just a little bit of wiggle, so that they can wiggle the stud around as they're trying to position the equipment in place. Just in case the bolts don't line up with the holes. That's why they do that. It gives them a little bit of wiggle room. And then the feeder would have been right up here, and right up here is where they would have been dumping in the material. This looks more modern. This looks like 50s, 60s, maybe even back to the 40s, I'm guessing. Looking at it from that direction. Okay, turning around. Now I thought I saw on Google Earth, I did see these two rings right here. What these are made for holding water. There was 3 of them. Yep, indeed. That's water storage. Okay, and right over here should be our mine. There's the waste rock pile to it. And the shaft should be right up over here somewhere. There it is. Now, let's see what we got. This is the hole I saw on Google Earth. It's going to be interesting. Is it going to be a inclined shaft, a vertical shaft? Yeah, it's going to be... wouldn't you know, huh? Yep, they've got it bat barred. That's not to say someone couldn't wiggle down through that lower... See, that looks like the lower bar is missing right there. So we'll have to get out and get a closer look at that. See if it's something a guy can wiggle underneath. But there's the mine. It looked like at one time it was indeed an incline shaft. Okay, yeah, we'll get the handheld out for that and get a closer look at it. Alright, what else do we have around here since we got the drone up in the air? We got about 59% on the battery. Let's go take a closer look at that tailings. I want to see how big, what the size of this is. See, the tailings will kind of give you a clue as to how much material they ran through that mill. Yeah, you can tell most of it's been eroded away. But it looks like at one time it did fill in this entire wash right here. You see the bathtub line? You see it? I'm going to put it center screen. You can see how high the fine tails go up on the side of that embankment there. I call it the bathtub line. So they ran a lot of material here. The workings underneath must be pretty good sized for there to be that many tails. Okay, let's see what else we've got. So we're coming in on the mill again. That's pretty much all there was to see around here. There was an old, where did I, oh yeah, there it is. You guys want to see a windmill real quick? I think it was right out here, I think. Where did I spot that windmill? There it is, yeah, it's out in front of me. Alright, let's speed things up, we'll get over to the windmill. Here we go. Alright, there we go. Let's get a close look at our windmill. They got solar panels on it. Now we know where the water was coming from. And there she is. Nice. Okay, let's turn around here. Yep. So the water table is shallow in this area. I think I've stated that before. They don't have to go down too far to get to water. So that's what was used to operate this mill, and then they also had water storage in those big tanks too. Okay guys, well, I'm gonna work the drone back to old Bob. I will get out the cameras and we'll walk down to that grate to see if it's something I can skinny underneath. I definitely want to get a closer look at it. Okay, I'll see you over there. Alright guys, here we are at the mill. I'm just kind of looking around here. When you find mill sites like this, always look at the perimeter, okay? And sometimes you'll find dates. The miners will, carve it in with their finger or a nail. They'll put a date in one of these corners. I've seen that many times. Sometimes you get lucky and find it, sometimes not. So yes, I am wearing my suspenders today, right here. Look at that. I never thought that I would be the kind of guy to wear suspenders, but here they are. I like these pants, but they're a little bit too big for me. They're very comfortable, and 511 Tactical stopped making this particular model of pant, so I can't get it anymore. So instead of putting it in the cupboard, I decided just to get some suspenders to hold them up. And Laura, if you're watching, that means that my pants aren't going to drop down around my ankles anymore. Remember that? All right, so I'm not seeing anything too spectacular around here. There's a cool piece of ore. Here's some silver ore right here. Yeah, look at the galena in that. Oh, let's see if I can get a close up. Can you see? Yeah, that's probably not a good angle here. We got to change the angle. There we go. Look, see the glint? That's silver. So maybe we have a silver mine here. Okay, now what I got to do is go around through the tall grass and the cat's claw. I don't want to get scratched up by that stuff again. because up here, because right up there is where that grate is. So I'll just see you guys up there, okay? All right, see you there. Okay, here's where it should be. And there it is, right there. Wow, cool. All right. See, now I've got snakes on my mind. I'm being extra cautious. I sure am. Let's see if we can find a way to get down there. Now, a moment ago, you guys are probably wondering, why are you wearing your helmet? You're outside. Well, I like the microphone on this helmet better than my other one. It's more it has more dynamic range. Okay, here we are. And indeed, look at here, guys. Oh yeah, I can slip under that easy. Easy peasy. Yep, let's see what's down there. Let's turn some flashlights on and we will poke the light. Ooh, it's pretty chalked right there though. Okay, let's see if I can get a better angle to show you guys. 1 second here. I gotta do this a little differently. Yep, it's an incline shaft. Now it's kind of choked right there. You see that? It's only about 20 to 24 inches between the scree and the back of the mine. But once you get past that, I'll bet it gets a little bit better. And there might just be a small drift off to the left. I can't quite tell right here. Let me change my angle here one more time. Interesting, yeah. Yeah, this is something that we can explore a little bit further. See down there? I'm pretty sure that's a shadow I'm seeing. It ain't water. All right, Laura. We have another one that we can do. Another incline here. Yep. All right, you're probably asking me, well, aren't you going to go down there today? Well, if I did that, then we wouldn't be able to get to this other mill site. Here, let me set this up here for a second. There we go. Come on. There, can you see me? Yeah. Yeah, if I went for this today, then there wouldn't be enough time in this video to get over to that mill site. I want to get a closer look at that one because, as I said earlier, that one was supposed to have up to 4,000 feet of underground workings. So I'm trying to kill two birds with one stone today. Recon this, see what it has to offer for a future explorer, and we're going to recon the other one and do the same thing, get a closer look at it. And that's what I'm going to go do now. Okay, guys? All right, let's hop back into old Bob. We'll head on over to the other mill and see what that one's all about. Okay guys, here we are. I'm going to try to get the drone down a little bit closer to ground level here because it is really windy right now. I've never flown this drone in this much wind before, so this is going to be kind of new for me. But let's see if I can pull it off without getting a flyaway or crashing it into a hill or a bush. All right, let's spin around here so you can get an idea of what we're looking at with this second mill site. Okay, so you see all these, all this waste rock right here, which is immediately to the left of the old mill. All of that waste rock was produced in the 1960s. And when you look at the maps don't even show a shaft, be it vertical or inclined. And as let me clear these wires here. You can see the fan shaped of that waste rock pile right there. So the shaft would have been right about where old Bob is sitting, but it's not there anymore. So I think it's been filled in, is what's going on. Because both led right up to this direction, which makes sense, because that's where the mill was located. And then fast forward years later, they filled it in. Now, right over here, you can see just past Bob, there's a sign. Okay, this is an active mining claim, and it is up to date. So what that is, that's another mineral location marker, and they do have the right kind of paperwork on there and everything, letting everybody know that this is an active mining claim. So because of that, we're not going to do too much poking around other than flying the drone around to get to, so that you guys can get a good look at this. All right, the reason I flew over there, I wanted to see if there was anything, and there's not, going underground. Let's get underneath these wires and get down here to where this old building is. We have a bunch of old foundations going off this direction. We're going to start with this one and then kind of work our way outwards. All right, let's see what's over here. Very interesting. Yeah, there's just, I don't know if I can, maybe. Let's look around in here. Boy, the wind's really getting me. Oh, it sure is. Yeah. All right, guys. Let's get out of here. When the wind starts howling through those doorways and windowsills, it buffers me around pretty good, but let's look at it from this angle. Okay. And then over here was the original mill from the 1960s. Looks like they had a trestle crossing the wash right there, right down there. See it? I saw a lot of fire damage in there. Did you guys see that too? Vandals just love to vandalize, don't they? It's crazy. Now, I saw a picture of this when it still had all the buildings and the structure was still here. But it's one of those stock photo thingy-jingies where you gotta pay like 60 bucks in order to use it. So, yeah. But there it is. What was that? Oh, okay. Like, there wouldn't be a underground adit. No. Alright, what is that? I'll tell you what, let's go off this direction. We're going to circle around again. Get a better look at this. Okay, there we go. Alright, there's that building that we just came from. Now I know that there's other foundations and things out this direction. Let's go get a closer look at those. You can see here there's a... looks like there's a bit of waste rock right through here. Woo-wee, am I ever getting tossed around? I thought we had old foundations out here, but I'm not really seeing anything right now. Okay. At least you guys are getting a nice overview of what this area looks like. Now, the original adit for this site was a little bit north of that giant waste rock pile. It sat somewhere right over here. Let me see if I can find it for you. At least the general area. And so what I'm going to do eventually is get out and walk around down there and see if I can find it. Kind of go right to the location where it's showing the adit symbol on the map. But it was somewhere right around here. Right in this general area. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to walk that eventually after I get the drone back and see if I can track it down. Alright, let's go over here. kind of stay low to stay out of the wind. Look at all the beautiful fall colors. Isn't that pretty? What a perfect day to be out mine exploring. Other than the wind, of course. Wait, what do we have here? What do we have here? Back up there, mister. What's that? Anything? Nope. Thought we had something there for a second, but nope. Alright, let's keep looking around. See those piled rocks right there? That's how they used to do it back in the day. So instead of a PVC piece of PVC pipe for a corner marker, or an iron pipe like what we saw back there for that location marker, they would stack rocks. That's how they did it. Alright, let's go back over here to where our other waste rock is. We're going to look over here on the side of the hill. See if there's anything hiding. Not really seeing anything, but you can definitely tell by the shape of the fan shaped of the waste rock that old shaft was right around here somewhere before they backfilled it. Yeah. Let's take a look at this old tank. We haven't gotten a good look at that yet. That tank is on the map. All full of bullet holes. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to look down. Well, maybe I can look down in there. That wind would keep knocking me around. That's where all the bones are. Alright, enough fooling around. Let's go take another look at that thing. We didn't get a close enough look at it. Oh, it's a hopper feeder unit is what it was. Look at how dented up it is. This goes to show you how many buckets of gravel that were tossed into it. See all those dents? Yeah. Alright, I think you guys get the idea. So right out there somewhere was the old adit. I'm gonna go see if I can't track it down, and if I can, I will turn the cameras on. So let me get back up here. I'm gonna land the drone, and I'll let you guys know what I find, okay? Alright guys, I'll be back. Alright guys, so what I did is I got down to the bottom here. The big waste rock pile is off to my left. I'm down by the wash now. I managed to find a road down in here so I wouldn't have to walk down that steep hill. So I spent about, I don't know, 45 minutes walking all through this. I had my map with me to perfectly pinpoint where the, what was it, 1954, 1956 map said that there was an adit, which was right there. So I walked right up there, literally stood on top of the symbol, and it's gone. It's been obliterated, probably by the same folks that filled in the shaft higher up on the hill where all this waste rock is coming from, which is a real shame, because think about that. You know how much work and money and labor went in to producing that shaft and all of its drift levels to make that much waste rock, and then they go in and fill it in. I mean, that's just ridiculous to me. It's a big waste of money, because in order to open this mine again and continue after all of these resources, now you're right back to square one. They should have just put a big iron grate over it. I just don't understand the thinking behind all of that. But anyways, so I worked through here a little bit, looking for different things. Really couldn't find anything. So turns out it's a dud. You can't get into the underground workings on this mine, which is too bad. Now, before earlier I told you guys that this was a mineral claim, and I want to just real quick kind of let you know how that works. So let's pretend that my phone here, you know, the perimeter of my phone is the perimeter of a lode claim. Now what we're talking about here is a mineral claim, not a patented mining claim, because a patented mining claim is actually land that's owned by a specific person. Just like your property line at your house. You know, you own that land and you own everything that's in it, including your house. That's how a patented mining claim works. But a mineral claim, the person only has claim to the minerals, not to the land. So the public can walk through it just like I did today. Now, what this person did here is they did it right. They went around and they established a location post, okay, to let everybody know that this is a claim. And then I was also able to see on the perimeter their corner posts, okay, on the perimeter of the lode. Now, let's say that they were out here working. Let's say that they had a whole bunch of heavy equipment, etc. And there was a section within that lode claim where all their equipment was and so on and so forth, okay. Now, you as the general public, if they establish an interior perimeter around their actual work site, you can't enter that. That just makes sense, you know, because they're running around with bulldozers and loaders and the whole bit. They don't want the public walking through at. So that's why you would establish an inner perimeter. But on the outer perimeter, if you wanted to walk through that as general public, you can do so just fine. So when you guys are out running around and you see a mining claim and you see that there's equipment there, okay, and people working there, you as the public can't walk into that, okay, because that's the work area. And generally, just like I did at my claim, I had an inner perimeter with signage letting people know that it was active, heavy equipment operating, etc., etc. But all of my outer perimeters with all of its roads leading from one section of public land to another section of public land, I had public passing through there all the time. I didn't care, no big deal. That's how it works, guys, okay? So, a little bit of information for you. All right, well, today turned out to be a recon day. I kind of thought it would. It's nice to know that Laura and I are going to be able to get into that incline shaft back there where the grate was. That'll be pretty neat to see how deep that goes. I mean, if they're going to build a mill like that out there, you know that the workings are going to be somewhat substantial. I just hope that it's not chalked the deeper that we go, or that we run into water and it's flooded. Won't know till we get back out there, but we will be going back out there to explore that one. Guys, thank you so much for coming along today. It was a fun recon day. Sometimes I like to do a recon. Kind of gets me off my legs for a little bit. And I'll see what I can find for you next weekend. I'm going to be traveling a lot further to the west. I know that there's a whole bunch of mines over there. I'm going to try to get you guys underground, okay? All right, guys. Again, thank you so much, and I'll see you all again next Saturday. Okay, take care, everybody. Bye-bye.